Good morning, everybody. We're going to start. Okay, so this is the last in the four-part series on exploring Jewish prayer. We've been on quite a journey so far. Let me recap a little bit what we did last time and lead us into where we are today. So last time we talked about Shema Uberchoteha, the Shema and its blessings. The Shema is a collection of 3 passages from the Torah, including the verse Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, Hear O Israel, Adonai our God, Adonai is one, and the verses that follow, and 2 other paragraphs that are thematically linked to the Shema. And those are the bedrock of Jewish liturgy, the declaration of faith. As Jewish liturgy developed, the Shema, those 3 paragraphs of the Shema, became embedded in 3 blessings. And we talked about those blessings last time as reflecting 3 themes. The theme of creation, the theme of revelation, and then finally the theme of redemption. That God is a presence in our lives and in the greater universe. In all of these ways, God is the source of all creation. We saw what we considered wow prayers, praising God for the wonders of creation. Then we move from the universal to the more particular, that God is the source of revelation of the Torah to us, and God loves us. And that leads into the Shema with its paragraph Ve'ahavta. We talked about the paragraph, you shall love Adonai, our God, that just as God loves us, as stated in the paragraph before, you shall love God. And so revelation is an expression of God's love for the Jewish people. And finally, there's redemption. There's a passage of redemption that follows after the Shema. That's the last of the Shema and its blessings, the last of the blessings connected to the Shema. And the ending blessing is Baruch Atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael, that God is the Redeemer of Israel. It's that blessing which leads us into the other major bedrock of Jewish liturgy, which will be our focus today, and that is the Amidah. So redemption leads into the Amidah. Now, who can tell me what the word Amidah means literally?
Stand.
Okay.
18?
No, we'll talk about
Or
that in a second. Amidah, the root letters Ayin, Mem, and Daled means amod, or stand. This is a prayer done standing. So there's no theological significance in that particular word Amidah. It's a description of what we're doing when we're saying it. Now, Joe alluded to another name of the Amidah. Okay. So the Amidah is also known as Shmona Esrei. Just write it in Hebrew. Now, what does Shmona Esrei mean?
18.
It means 18. Right, 18 is an important number in Jewish culture. You have the letters Chet and Yud, which spells Chai. and we know Hebrew letters have numeric values. So the Yud is 10 and the Chet is 8, corresponding to their place in the Hebrew alphabet. And add them together, it's Chai. You can't play games like this with Roman numerals; it just doesn't work. But with the Hebrew letters, you can derive numeric values out of words, and it's really fascinating. So because Chai, which means life, its value is 18. 18 is a very significant number. So you often see people making contributions to the synagogue or Jewish organizations for $18, or sometimes 36 or 54, or another multiple of 18. This is not an appeal, by the way, but you're always welcome. There's a problem, though, with this name Shmona Esrei. The truth is, in the weekday Amidah, there are actually 19 blessings. And if we have time, we'll talk about which is the 19th blessing. But 18 is such a powerful number, and it is probably true that at some point there were originally 18, and then a 19th was added later. But the name stuck, because 18 is such a powerful number in Jewish tradition. What I'd like to do is, before we open the Siddur and delve into the actual text of the Amidah, I'd like to study a bit of the history of the Amidah, or the rabbinic historiography of the Amidah. The text we'll look at is from the Talmud, so it's not like we're uncovering ancient archaeological versions of the Amidah from 2,500 years ago. It's possible that the Amidah in its earlier formations go back perhaps as early as the time of Ezra. We talked about it was from the 5th century BCE. But it's when we get to the Talmud, that is the Mishnah and the Gemara that comments on the Talmud, that we really see the Amidah taking shape. Now, we see in the text that we're going to look at that the Amidah has one other name that it's referred to, and put it here. It's called simply the Tefillah. Ha-Tefillah. We often translate in modern Hebrew Tefillah as what? Prayer. So we're calling the Amidah the prayer, the prayer par excellence. It is in the rabbinic ideal or rabbinic mindset, the ideal prayer. The Shema is not called Tefillah, it's called Shema and its blessings. So when you see in rabbinic literature Ha-Tefillah, it's referring to the Amidah. And then later on, with development of the language and tradition, Tefillah refers more and more to the general act of prayer as we're familiar with it. Joe, why don't you?
You've got one more minute.
Okay. Let's read this text. It has been stated, this is from the Tractate of Brachot, which deals largely with the formation of Jewish liturgy. Rabbi Yossi, the son of Rabbi Chanina, said, the tefillahs were instituted by the patriarchs. And then there's someone who disagrees with that. Rabbi Yehoshua ben Levi says the tefillahs were instituted to replace the daily sacrifices. So we have a dispute here. How does the Amidah come about? One rabbi says, Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Chanina, says that the Avot, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, are the source of our daily prayer. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi says, no. You remember that